learners in Learning Land, Tyler from tenthumbsproductions.com. Today I'm going to show you how to solo on your ukulele with no scales. We're going to go through a solo that I composed using only arpeggios, and I'm going to show you how you can play this solo and how you can apply this to your own playing. Printable tabs by becoming a Patreon, and you'll see links in the notes as well as the description. My email's in the description as well if you want some one-on-one lessons. New ukulele every Wednesday and Saturday. Hit subscribe if you like this kind of content. Never miss a lesson. Go ahead and let's give those arpeggios a big thumbs up as well. And then it's time to break it down. Grab your ukulele brain attention span, follow me on in, and let's do it. Okay, so let's start off with the chords and the chord progression. That way you could play this with a friend. It also comes from a song that I actually wrote called Ordinary Man. F major. And when I played on the guitar, I actually play an F major 7 there. But you could get away with an F major 7 if you like that spacier sound. A7. G minor 7. Maybe you haven't seen this one. It's 0, 2, 1, 1. And then C9, which is a C7 with your middle finger on the second fret of the C string being 0, 2, 0, 1. For the rhythm, it's down, down, up, up, down. Now, there's one, I strum with my thumb on that first down. So I go down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. Now, normally, if I were going to solo over this, I would use the F major scale. Which would work well. Some things about that though is in the key of F, F is your 1 chord. A would be A minor instead of A7. So A minor is your 3 chord, but we're playing an A7. That's a dominant substitution. And let me know if you ever want, I've alluded it to a couple times, if you want a lesson on how to use chords that aren't in the key. So it's a songwriting lesson, but how to use borrowed chords or how to use non-diatonic chords. The 2 is G minor, but we made it a minor 7. Then the 5 chord is C, but because it's the 5 chord, you can make it C7. And just to give it some extra flair, I made it C9. Normally I say we, because no one really does anything alone. All right, so that's the progression, and those are the chords, and that's why the F major pentatonic scale would work great. But I came up with something completely different, and it's all based on chord tones and arpeggios that I really, really like. So let's go ahead and break that down. It's going to sound like this. It would sound like this. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at it. The first thing we're going to do over the F is an F major 7 arpeggio. And it looks like this. 5th fret of the C string, 5th fret of the E, 8th fret of the E, 7th fret of the high A, back to 8, 5, 5. Root, 3rd, 5th, major 7, 5th, 3rd, root. So the notes of an F chord are F, A, C. In the key of F, the natural extension for the 1 chord, or in any major key, the 1 chord becomes a major 7 if you want to extend it. So my arpeggio plays an F major 7 over the F, which is cool because now my solo and the harmony together have created an F major 7, which is totally okay because again, the 1 chord, like the 4 chord, become major 7s. The 5 chord, which we'll look at later, is the one that becomes just the 7 chord. So F, A, C are the notes of the F chord, F, A, C. And the major 7, or the 7th interval, is E. So we have F, A, C, E. F note, A note, C note, E note, C note, A note, F note. So I just walked directly through that chord, interval for interval, starting on the root, and just work my way up in eighths. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That also makes this a movable major 7 arpeggio, meaning you can find any root you want on the C string, plug it in, and you have a movable arpeggio. Okay, then the harmony goes to the A7. I'm here on this F note. A7 is spelled out with an A root, C sharp, your major 3rd, E, your 5th, and G for your 6th. Well, it has an E note, and I'm right on my F, so I just go 1 over. So this arpeggio would start on the 5th interval of the A7. You don't have to go finish on my F, and then I don't have to go find the A note. I can start the next arpeggio I want on any tone in that chord. So the chord, A, C sharp, E, G, I'm on my F, I just go to my E. And then I'm actually going to go to the G, and then to the A. And the rhythm there is going to be 1, 2, and 3, 4. Very, very cool. Then it goes to the G minor 7. G minor 7 would be G for a root, B flat for your flat 3rd, D is your 5th interval, and you have an F that will turn your G minor into a G minor 7. Because I'm right on that F, I'm just going to go down a whole step to the G. And then this one is a little more clear because you're kind of in these spaces where you strum it. So you can see these chords a little more clearly here. Go down to that G. Then I'm going to go to the D. And then to the F. I like to play the F here because the harmony is a G minor 7. So by playing that F note, we're really emphasizing the fact that it's a G minor 7 instead of a G minor. That's also why we played the G note over the A7, because if we didn't, it would just sound like an A. When you are doing these arpeggio solos, your 3rd interval and your 7th interval are what are known as the color tones. So by highlighting the color tones, you really bring the definition and the characterization of that color forward, more so than just with root and 5th note. So we get do 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 1 and 2 3 4 1 and 2 3 4. And then that we're right here on the F, just gonna go to the E, then down to the C 2 times. C major is C, E, G. C7 adds the B flat note. And C9 adds the D note. So you actually have 5 notes to choose from with the C9, which is funny because a pentatonic scale means penta, it means a 5-note scale. So we've almost created like a little pentatonic scale, but it's really just a dominant 9 arpeggio. Now, having said that, when we get over here, we're just going to go from the F down to the E, then play the C 2 times. Do, 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 do. Okay, so these 4 phrases. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next ones. Okay, so what's going on here? We are kicking off that same major 7 arpeggio that I really like to start. Do, 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 do. Same. The A7 is the same notes, but we mix up the routine. Or not the routine, the rhythm. Instead of going 1, 2, and 3, 4, it goes 1 and 2, 3, 4. Same notes, same order, just a little different rhythm. The G minor 7 is the exact same. We've got a little motif going, like a repetitive rhythmic pattern there in notes of 3. Do, 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 or do, do, do. Sorry. Then we get to the C9, and the C9 we're going to go crazy. Now, over the C9, 3rd fret, C note, 1st fret, B flat, flat 7, G note, our 5th interval, E note, our 3rd interval, D note, the one that turns it from a C7 to a C9, and then C. So we run through all 5 of those notes, but we play 2 C's. So it's do, 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now, because this song is in the key of F, after that, I'll play the open E, and then I'll finish it on the F as the resolution to my solo. Now, in the actual song that I'm playing there, I don't resolve it there because I go into the chorus. So after playing through that solo, I just go ahead and all I want is to spend some time with you, and go into the chorus. So this little 01 was just an idea to give this lesson some resolution. But in the song, I did it a little bit different because I went ahead and started singing there. That's just so you know, just in case you ever hear the song, just in case I ever have the courage to record it and share it. Okay, so these 8 measures would be from the top. Well, these 4. Let's do these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, very cool. Let's take it from the top and let's play through the entire solo together. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would be how you compose a solo without any scales, 100% arpeggios. Everything was chord tone. The first thing that to do, step 1, have a chord progression. Step 2, analyze each of those chords. What are the notes in them? Step 3, see if you know some arpeggio shapes, because you are movable arpeggio shapes as well, like that one, that you can have under your bag to see if any of them fit in that. But then also start to map out the different arpeggios across the fretboard. Also, look for kind of neighboring tones. What I mean by that is when I finish on this F note and the next chord is A7, well, that one has an E note. So these kind of half steps like that make for really nice transitions. Folks, that is an example of a lovely solo that uses no scale at all. And these are arpeggios. In a lot of ways, these arpeggios are going to make your scale more melodic, as I said throughout the lesson, because you're hitting the notes that are in these chords. And you're really emulating more what the voice would be doing if the voice was singing. Now, the voice does do connecting passing tones. That would make it even more melodic. And that is when we get to this area where we're starting to use arpeggios and scales, which is the holy grail of a perfect solo. All right. Okay. Catch you next Wednesday, Saturday for ukulele, Monday for guitar. Think about becoming a Patreon. Cheaper than a cheap cheeseburger. It will accelerate your learning. And until next time, have a lovely day, friends. Life is good. Take care.